Oh, thank God. I've been recording for like 2 hours just trying different ideas, and I finally found one that worked. G'day, guys. My name's Josh. You can call me Woodle, and welcome back once again to 7 Days to Die Alpha 17, where we are back in Woodle Park to take on something new. I have built a whole lot of stuff in Woodle Park, including this sweet big door that I've got here, which is I'm a big fan of. You can't do that without modifying your XMLs to get your drawbridges. If you want to know how to do that, go watch the episode where I built my super sweet Jurassic Park entrance to Woodle Park, where Woodle Park actually got its name. But I have built so much stuff in Woodle Park, which is why Woodle Park is what it is. Everything here has been a base that I have tested and built and wanted to see if my idea would work in this game. And so far, most of them have. Some of them have failed miserably, but some of them have been raging successes. But the one thing that I haven't taken on is a proper underground horde base. I did build this base over here underneath these drawbridges here that goes down all the way down there with an underground garage and my underground zoo and stuff. But if you saw the recent episode where I tried to fight off a day 700 horde in this base, you would know that it didn't actually turn out very well at all. They came through the ceiling, they fucked me up, they destroyed my entire base, they killed all my dear friends down there. It was a sad, sad time. So I was like, you know what? I've never made a functional, like, good underground base before. I've made a lot of things, but I haven't built anything like that. So I want to know, can I build it? That's the new challenge for me, just for, like, my own well-being, my own peace of mind. Can I build an underground base that stands up to a horde? So I figured, hey, why not? Let's jump into Woodle Park and give it a red-hot crack. There really isn't much room left at all in Woodle Park anymore. There's so many bases everywhere. Everywhere has its own little spot. Like, everything has its place in Woodle Park. There's not really much room to build new stuff. So I'm going to have to go out past the original Day 700 base, which is one of those ones I was talking about that was a red-hot failure. They broke into that place and almost killed me very, very quickly. And all of my great plans for there was, like, floundered in an instant. So I mean, just out here, this looks like reasonably calm out here. Doesn't it look like the kind of place where you might not find an underground base? I want to try and make it blend into the landscape as much as possible. So I think maybe just like underneath like this tuft of trees or something, or somewhere, even though these trees aren't really supposed to exist, but somewhere out here might be the best bet. But I think before I actually build the base itself, I need to just do a quick little bit of testing just to see how the zombies actually react to different situations being underground. So to do that, I mean, this is where I'm going to build the base, but to do my testing, and it's going to involve digging lots of holes, rather than fucking up the awesomeness that is Woodle Park with all my bases everywhere, I might just like duck off. Maybe, I don't know, let's go all the way up here actually. This is where I built the new Day 700 base over here somewhere, and the Day 7000 base. So maybe just like here, this looks like a good spot. Sure, why not? Let's dig some holes and see how the zombies react to it. Actually, you know what? Instead of building in the desert like I always do, because I'm building underground and sand has the structural integrity of a wet cum rag, I don't really want to build out there because everything will cave in. So instead, I'm going to build in this thing, which is like from the original days of Woodle Park before it regenerated the world. I'd been here before, so it made this nifty little just little area of dirt surrounded by desert. There's a nice little like cliff wall protecting it all. So I'm gonna build in this bit instead. So I'm gonna build something pretty basic, which is just like what like the basic kind of underground base used to be in Alpha 16. We'll just go down a little bit, just to about there. Maybe just something like that, down to the stone, and then we'll build across and make ourselves a nice little kind of just like room to live in. So that's what you'd kind of have. You'd have the base down all the way down here, and then you'd have the room with all your forges and all that kind of stuff underneath. So any kind of horde would just get stuck on top, and they wouldn't be able to come down and get you. So I'll quickly just knock out a little room down here that I can stand in, and then before you know it, there'll be a horde trying to beat through the ceiling, and we'll see just how they act. All right, there you go. Just a simple hatch in the ground leading to a ladder all the way down into a room that would normally have all of your bedroll and that kind of stuff down here. Nice and secure. What I want to know, I've spawned in a bunch of Chelseas just over here because she's my new favorite and she's going to test things for me. Will they run past an easy, fast way down, like down the ladder and down the hatch, to instead beat down the ground right on top of my head? Or will they try and use that path, given that it might be the path of least resistance? So I'll put my body down here in the far corner, away from the, from the ladder. There's my body all over there. You can see me with a sweet paintbrush. All right, Chelsea's up here. If I press go, will I get your their attention. I don't think so. I need to fire some guns, maybe. There we go. Here they come. Come on, Chelsea. What are you going to do? What's your plan of action? Yep, straight past the hatch to do nothing. Oh, one. No, one's just pieced out. Yeah, there we go. Now they're going to start beating down. Interesting. Okay, so they definitely avoid ladders and like direct routes, which is kind of annoying because you could kind of plan their AI pathing if they did take that route, but they don't, so they want to try and dig down that way. Okay, gotcha. Thank you, all you Chelseas. Please now die and go for... Well, just wait for me, you know? I'll have you again later. I just need a break for now, you know? Just give me a chance to rest. So now that I know that Chelsea will just ignore a ladder and a hatch, I'm going to dig my way down. I already did the... Yeah, it is. Dig my way down to bedrock. Can't go any deeper than this. And to dig myself out a nice little room down here. Just to see what happens down here. Like, well, I'm going to actually trigger a proper horde this time instead of just a bunch of Chelseas, because they choose not to dig if they can avoid it. Like, regular zombies seem not to do that very much. So you'd be safe from wandering hordes cruising over the top, which is good. But the day 7 hordes, the actual blood moon hordes, are still going to give you a bit of a problem. So I'm going to put my body all the way down here. Actually, before I do that, I need to go upstairs and put a hatch right at the very top. But I don't want any zombies accidentally falling down and ruining the whole experiment. Get the hatch out and go like this and just go boop, just like that. It's almost at the top. Let's try there instead. Get rid of you. Okay, I'm going to put my body all the way down here, trigger the horde, and see what their plan of action is. Are they going to dig down? In fact, let's keep going this way a bit more, just away from that hatch hole, all the way over to here. So will they try and dig down a very clearly much longer distance to get to me, or will they try and take the tunnel of death? I don't know. I'll put some ladders in just to, make it a viable option to see if they actually climb the ladders. Well, I just want to know, the more information I have, the better I can design this base. Okay, so I'll put myself in a hole at bedrock all the way down. Oh, my camera's gone a bit funny. There we go. Got it back again. So I'm all the way down here, and I want to see what the zombies do. Are they going to try and still dig to me, even though there's a hatch right there with a ladder that goes all the way down? There is the Blood Moon Horde. I can only test this with an actual horde, because there's no way. I can't even spawn zombies in this far away from where my actual body is. Where are they? Are they all there? Here they come. All right, come on. What are you gonna do? Where's the spot directly over my body? Basically where the camera is. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Are they gonna go for the hatch? They're gonna dig down. Oh, different results. Oh, they're going for the hatch. Interesting. Okay, well, when they break through the hatch, are they going to be able to use the ladder to get all the way down, or are they going to beat down the ladders as well? Oh, he's using a ladder. Okay, well, he seems to be an exception. We'll kill him. What about the rest of you guys? Are you all going to be using ladders? No? No? Okay. You're all breaking ladders. So they're going to make this as wide a hole so they can all fit down. These poor idiots up top are beating through the skulls of the people underneath them. That's not very efficient mining there, guys. That's alright. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. So I think maybe the best option is going to be to build a base down below, but have a way for them to get down here. Alright, that's all fine. Thank you everyone for your generous participation in my experiment. I have to murder you all. I'm very, very sorry. I need someone coming in fresh, I can't have zombies testing out my shit who have prior knowledge of my builds. I need you all just to fuck off for 2 seconds, and I'll invite you all back in a second. Well, not you, but clones of you. I'm just going to clone the zombies for my own bidding. I just want to make sure it wasn't some kind of fluke or something to do with the ladders. So I've gotten rid of all the ladders down this little tunnel here, so it's just a long drop now. Well, the dog's almost gone down. Nope, you just gotta stand there in midair. Alright, fine, don't mind me then. I'll get rid of the dogs, because the dogs seem to be breaking some shit. Yeah, you guys need to move. Your body can fall down the big dark hole, or you get stopped there. Interesting. So when there's ladders, they choose the ladder, but if there's not ladders, then they choose to dig their own way down, I guess. Let's kill a couple of you guys, get some fresh zombies in without any sort of dogs impeding their way. No, so it is definitely just okay, well, that's a long way down. It is definitely that they don't, if there's a way down with ladders, they'll take that. Right, okay. Right, I'm glad I did that experiment, because I was about to build something that wouldn't have worked if I didn't do this. Alright, kill all you guys. In fact, let's just stop that, stop the zombies, clean out this hole, and see if we can come up with another plan. So I need to figure out a way to actually control where the zombies are going to want to come down each time. So if they're always going to break those ladders coming down, can I maybe make them break a different set of ladders than the one that I use to get in and out? So I have 2 columns here. I'm going either way. I'm standing right in the middle. And if I go all the way up to the top, on this one, I have the normal wooden hatch. But on this one over here, I'm going to bang a, an iron hatch there instead. Now, iron hatch is still a relatively early game. game, and if you're going to be digging this far down, you're probably going to have enough experience and levels and resources to build your iron hatch regardless. So, if there's an iron hatch there, this guy's way too close, kill the watermelon. So if there's an iron hatch there and a wooden hatch here, which one are they going to prefer to beat their way down into? So, let's get their AI turned back on. They're all coming for me. There's a couple of ideas that I reckon might work out with this. If I can just get this to work the way I want it to, I reckon I can build something that will work reliably each and every time. So, I mean, that's pretty unequivocal. Hey, they're like, yeah, no, I could take the iron hatch, or I could literally run past it and go to the wooden hatch over there, because that's going to be a faster way for me to come down. Oh, is this guy coming for it? Nah, I saw him coming. I thought he was coming for the iron hatch. He wasn't. So, you can control which way they're going to choose to come down each time. And I think if I go like this and I kill these guys that are currently standing on top of my hatch, I get rid of this to make some space like that. And let's say I go like this and I go boom, and I make an extra little spot just next to it. And then from there, like, can I do this without being outside my body? I probably can't. Let's get my body back and come back up to the surface. Up, 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 up. There we go. Oh, I don't know where I was. Every time I push Shift Q, I teleport somewhere I don't know where I am, and I don't like it. That's the first base. This is what I'm looking for. So if I go from here, no, not that one, from here and go all the way down and give the zombies a little bit of extra space just to kind of move around in and use the ladder like proper people and not break their way down, then maybe they will choose to do that once they actually get through that first little hurdle of the wooden hatch. So let's put my body back down the bottom, back down here, to there, get out of my body again, equip the torch so we can see where we are. All right, we're good, we're in the right spot. Yes, we are, good. Turn my HUD back on. All right, so would you guys like to use the actual ladder, or would you like to beat your way down and break every ladder rung on the way? Okay, AI back on. Still coming for me. Shoot a couple just to make sure they got their attention. They look a bit confused by the hatches. They're like, someone's already done some damage here. Wait, have I just like fooled their AI, or are they broken? Can you just make an underground base underneath a bunch? Oh, no, there we go. I was going to say, I thought I broke their AI for a second, and things are about to go real wrong. I've broken the one who I thought was broken. Come on, come down. What are you going to do? What are you going to do when you get down here? Let's place a torch there so we can see. And now we're using the ladder. Well, she's using the ladder. That's wonderful. That guy's trying to break shit. Let's see if we can get some actual reliable results. If I just get a whole new set of zombies. Oh, stop breaking shit. Can you actually use the ladder, please? Can you not just break my things? I'm taking shots. Someone made it down. Someone made it down and is fucking me up right now. Can you not? Alright, everyone's down the bottom of the hole now. I didn't foresee that happen. It's ruining my tests. There we go. That looks a bit better. So if I clean up the hole a little bit, stop having like little divots in the side that they can get stuck in, I think they look a lot better in actually taking the ladder as they should. Can I kill that dog, please? The dog still wants to go for the iron hatch. There's a cop and a nurse. Alright, they're taking the ladder like proper people. This is good. This is good. This seems to be working. They're beating down things a little bit less than they were before. I mean, they're still doing a little bit of damage, but not too much. I can probably bear that. Okay. That's good. Those are the results I was kind of hoping for. That means that my idea is still on the cards. So here's what I'm thinking. The first thing I did was I've changed the entryway to the hole that the zombies are coming down just into cobblestone. I'm not trying to use any materials that are too like late game or anything like that, because once you're late game, you've got some massive killing corridor fortress anyway, and you don't need to worry about an underground stealthy base. So just using regular cobblestone, which is the level above flagstone, which you can get out of just like shoveling the big blue crates, the big pallets inside POIs. So you can make this pretty easily. So I've got that going there just to make sure they actually come into the hole properly. And then all the way down here, I'm going to make myself a bit more room so I can actually do some things and actually see. But on the other side as well, at the top of this other little channel, I've upgraded the iron hatch to the maximum you can before you need forged iron, which is only like 80 scrap iron, I think it is. To make the actual, what is it to make the iron hatch? Iron hatch is 40 iron, so 120 scrap iron will get you like the tier 3 iron hatch, which is pretty bloody sturdy. So I've got those going on, the two different holes right there. So they should choose this one. They'll come down here, and I just need to make something down below here, which should do the job in protecting myself against the zombies, which means a bit more digging, which thankfully I have both my super digger and my super sweet Z tool to do whatever I need to clear out as much space as I can. So this is another reason why I'm such a big fan of Jawoodle Park having all the bases bases that I've ever built. It's like all still in the world, so I can refer to them again later. You may remember, as the lightning flashes in the distance, you may remember this base here, which is kind of like the plate base, the AFK base I made over this way, over here somewhere. If the world, God, this world is dying very, very quickly. You may remember this base, the AFK base, where they run through here, fall to their, well, to the depths, not to their death rather, come back up and try again. So you can have an infinite cycle of zombies, and you can stay up here in nice and safe and not have to worry about it at all. So this other base over here, the red and yellow one, was a version of that kind of idea using sheets instead of plates, because plates are a little bit thicker. Zombies sometimes get caught in, especially the bigger ones like the whites and the cops and stuff like that. So it's more reliable to use this kind of thing, because that piece in the middle is razor thin. Like it's like a piece of paper. There's like no thickness to it at all, but it's made out of iron, as my game kind of freezes up because it really doesn't like being over here much anymore. So it can support weight up on top of it. So this is kind of the idea I'm going to incorporate into my underground base back up north in that like weird little quadrant of green turf in amongst the desert. Oh man. It's just nice being back here, you know? All the things I built, the blenders, the racetracks, all that kind of stuff. It just tickles my nostalgia coming back here. All my moving around has run out of Horde Night zombies. So day 44 Horde is over. Let's quickly just get to the next day. Just quickly loop it over, because you can't redo Hordes. If the new like 17.4 update came out, once you do a Horde, you can't do it again, which is kind of the price you pay when you get like the adjustable Horde Nights now. So you can only use a Horde Night once. So day 44 is over. It's now time to use day 45. It's very, very glary, so let's turn down that gamma just a little bit back to default, if you please. Thank you very much. And every time you change your graphic settings, you have to put in GFX PP enable 0 to get all those stupid shadows post-processing shit off, so you can actually run the game at 60 FPS. But so now we're back down here, and the idea is going to be to build that same kind of sheet base, that floating base down underneath, because then when they do come down to try and get to you, you can still have your like safe underground base all the way down here, so that wandering hordes will pass over the top of you nice and easy. But the Blood Moon Horde will choose to come down this thing here, down to the bottom down here, and you can kill them as they come, which is going to be lovely dovely for my survival prospects. So make a nice little floor of sheets down the bottom here. Now I'm using metal rivet sheet, which is iron sheet just upgraded. So iron sheet, which I mean iron sheet's very, very cheap, 40 iron again, same as the hatch. So you can make that, and then you can upgrade it using your hammer and some more iron to get this bad boy, which is nice and a bit more sturdier. Also has double the lifespan as well. So like when they break the first one, there's a whole nother level underneath it as well. So that's the one you want to use. That is the best one to use. And then on top of that, we're going to keep the same one. We're going to flip it around and put it like that. So just like that, even though, as according to the game, these are all full blocks and it's fully supported, you are up above where the zombies can reach you, and you're perfectly safe. As much as I'd like to just leave the zombies imprisoned down here forever, we are going to need to kill them to get that delicious, sweet XP that we need for all of our building and crafting and whatnot, and leveling up and, you know, just generally playing the game. So we're going to put some bars in across here. Now, I also like to put in some bars like just underneath as well. So like, oh, maybe not there. Yeah, maybe those, like all three of those ones there. God, the ground's really glary, isn't it? It's really doing a number on my retinas, even more than this big bright ring light is. So we're going to put that like that. And then we're going to go over here. We're going to go copy the rotation of those sheets and put this up like that, because then when they do end up rolling in, I can sit here and pepper them with whatever gun I've got and kill them as they come down, and they'll just kind of stand and linger just underneath me. In fact, I think just to be extra sure, oh, I didn't want to do that one, we'll put an extra layer of bars in across here as well, like that. See, it's much easier to build this way than really any other way, because it still thinks the block underneath is a full one. Put that there. Look at that. Look, I mean, I could probably use a bit of a higher roof, and my camera seems to be a little bit fucked right now. I feel like my camera is actually centered outside of my body, which is no fun for anyone. But that should do the tricks. When they come down, I can just stand up the top here, shoot through down onto the sheets underneath, and kill the zombies as they come down. Real quick, I think I said before that you only need like scrap iron to upgrade the iron sheets into riveted iron sheets. That's not the case. You do definitely need forged iron to upgrade these things, which is is fine. I mean, you can do whatever you want. The iron sheets will work fine. I just prefer the look of the rivets, to be perfectly honest. So I'll put you back down like that. We're all good to go. All I really need to do now is just give myself a bit more headroom in here, and then I can start actually fitting this out like a base with a forge and a workbench, all that kind of stuff. Because now I have this platform, I mean, I can make this as big as I kind of want. I'm going to test it digging further like out here, so it's a bit further for them to go than just like this like first room here where they can kill me. I'm hoping that they will see this as a valid path all the way down here, and to their mind, all they have to do is break a couple of blocks to get to me, and they're relatively weak from their mind, but they're out of the way and they can't actually do any damage. So I'll quickly make this roof, I'll test that with the Horde, and then I'll dig further into the cliff over here and see how big I can go before this kind of method doesn't work anymore. It was probably pretty silly of me to build all this before I actually tested this this drop here. I mean, they do it reasonably reliably, and I'm hoping the slightly stronger blocks up here will stop them trying to break it. At least that's the plan. Where are they? Are they all coming in? Do I even have their AI turned on? I do not. Okay, turn it on. Here they come. Right, so please take the journey down here, all the way down to the bottom, where I am ready and waiting for all of you idiots to show up. What are you going to do? Please stay away from that other hatch. No! No, you're in the wrong hatch door. Get out of there and go to the other one. Go to the... Ah, shit. Okay, turns out I may have had a slight oversight there, where building my little platform down here has ruined their pathing to me. Fuck. Okay, that's alright. I can fix this. I just need to quickly redesign something. So I've deleted the secondary entrance. I really wanted to have like a player-only entrance that the zombie would ignore, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. So I've basically at the moment, all I've done is delete that and opened up some bars on the side here to make their pathing a little bit easier. I don't think this is going to work. I was actually pretty confident the last one was going to work, but it didn't. And look, I make mistakes too. I make mistakes quite a lot, actually. So that is the current idea. I'm hoping this will work out rather nice. We won't know until we test it. So now the only way down, the only fast way down is for them to take this option. That should be far faster for them to take that instead of digging through the entire world. So let's see if my theory pans out as much as I'm hoping it will. Quickly shoot a bit to make sure they're coming the right way. I don't want dogs. Dogs are just annoying. And then, because they don't dig, they don't actually run the experiment how I want them to. And they're also not taking the option down. Is Big Mama going to? Don't stop. Don't stop. No, keep going. You're right next to the hole, you bastards. Come on, you were so close. All right, fine. We'll kill all you guys then. Maybe I need to do a little bit more. I need to make sure. So I think what's happening in my super expert, not even pretty unfounded 7 Days to Die opinion, is that they're like seeing this, but they're not seeing a way up to me up the top here. So I think if I dig out some at the back here and maybe grab my ladders and put you like that and make like an actual way for them to get in, I think by the time they actually get down here, they'll get to this point and ignore the ladder. At least I hope they will. If I don't, I can put it even further back. That is my new plan. Please work. I'm just running through theories at the moment. I'm just taking one step at a time to see if any of these is actually going to work. AI back on. Shoot into the air a bit to get their attention. Please take the ladder. Please take the ladder. You fucking you fucking sausage! Interesting. So things have changed. They're now getting stuck over here, and I just completely emptied this room. So there's no, like, gimmicks or anything down here to, like, mess up their pathing. I think it might actually just be like this bit here. Like if I get rid of these, will you guys like it a little bit better? Will you come down and play with me if I get rid of the like ridiculous cobblestone that you're apparently not a fan of? How about that? Is that a bit better for you? Oh, it's close. It's close. They want it. They're trying. All right, I might just like sit here and watch them for a second and see what they do. Actually, you know what? Look, I'll even help you. I'll get rid of that cobblestone for you. Is that a bit better? How? Wait, even better idea. All right, listen, everyone, I need you just to clear the way. Just get out of the way, please. Your bodies are really getting in the I'm trying to build shit. You just need to give me some space to work. All right, so here's what I've done. Just like with the killing corridor where you need a specific kind of block set up to get the zombies to act how you want them to act, this is all about controlling them and making them do what you want them to do when you want them to do it. So I've gone in here and just using still cobblestone, but using some wedges and wedge tips, I've built myself a nice little zombie slippery slide. So they can come in, as soon as they stand on this, it's too steep for them to like back up again, even for like people. So they come down there and I'll get stuck on the ladder and then down they go. Eventually, I'm really hoping that there's a way that I can do this and get rid of the ladder entirely and have my own little like player ladder somewhere else, but that is for later testing. I need to get this system working before I try that. So, AI on, shoot the gun. Oh wait, hang on, before I put AI on, I need to put my body down the bottom where it needs to be. So all the way down here, just to there, thank you very much, and get out of my body. All right, you stay here. I'll be up at the surface watching what happens. Come on, zombies, where are yous? Here we go. I don't know, I don't want the dog. Oh, damn it, I missed. It's really hard to shoot without a crosshair. Let's turn the crosshair back on. Kill the dogs. Right, regular zombies. I mean, I will test dogs later on, but for starters, I just need regular zombies to find out if this is gonna work. In. No, damn it, it's always the... Why don't you like cobblestone? I mean, a couple of them have gone down. Nurse is standing on the slippery slide. That's not supposed to happen. Uh-oh, and someone's downstairs beating me up. Oh, why? Why is this happening? Why isn't it working the way I want it to? So it seems like they just don't like the cobblestone. So I've changed the cobblestone lip up the top and built myself a super sweet playground slide for the zombies to slide in. It's using just like wedges and wedge tips, which you can build out of flagstone just easily. Like if I go wedge, like, in fact, it's, well, wedge full kind of there. So look, even just like the more unique blocks, you don't need anything to do with just cobblestone rocks. So you can make your wedge tips and your wedges and all that kind of stuff without any extra like tools or tables or anything like that. So that is how you do it, just building those there. So hopefully when they come over and try and beat up the cobblestone up here, they'll just get thrown down to come down and see me all the way down there if that is what they want to do. That's the plan. Plans don't usually work, but we're testing more theories. Come on, someone come and test. The nurse is on it. What's gonna happen? Oh, the nurses got stuck on one of them. One zombie went straight down. Oh, two zombies went straight down. I'm getting beat up down the bottom. Let's keep God mode on. Alright, so for the most part, it's working pretty okay. They're just getting stuck on this that one spot just there. And I don't know why. Maybe if I break that block, they might be a little bit more inclined to come down and find me. Let's quickly go downstairs and quickly stop them all killing me. There's quite a few down here, but I want to make sure of this thing, you know? If only half of them are coming down, that's not a successful test for me. I don't know what I've done, but I've definitely broken whatever pathfinding was working before. Like before, they were coming down nice and easy, but now they seem intent on just like destroying the ladder at the very top. So I might just let them go for a little bit just to figure out what the hell they are on about, because there's no reason they shouldn't want to come down. There was like an underground block over here that was blocking them before. If we get rid of that ladder, they might like it a bit better, but I'm just standing here, just having a lovely time. They're just spending all their time destroying a ladder. That seems like a little wasteful to me. They're not even coming for me. They just want to fuck my ladder. There we go. It's finally working properly. It took me so many different versions of this to get it to work how I wanted to. Kindly, yes, there we go. Yep, everyone's going down the slot. It's the male slot of death for zombies. Perfect. I mean, the spider's having some trouble. That's right. I killed the spider. Everyone else is going down like no tomorrow. Oh, thank God. I've been recording for like 2 hours just trying different ideas, and I finally found one that worked. Okay, well, let's go back into my body so I can quickly... Oh, Jesus, I'm going to be really in the middle of the crowd down here, aren't I? Let's quickly finish this up so I can show you guys exactly how that works and how you can get that to work for you consistently every time. Thank God. I was actually starting to think that maybe there was a chance I wasn't going to be able to figure this out, but I refused to give up, and we got there in the end. So... the way that this works, like, I love the idea of calling it like the zombie mail, the mail slot, the zombie slot. I'm not sure. I'm sure I'll figure out some sort of name for it. Zombie slot sounds like the best, but the zombie slot works because it has wedge tips up the top here. If I get rid of my bloody, put my HUD back on, it has wedge tips up the top, and underneath the trusty, tried and true 1/8 block. So I've got like a nice little ring around the outside here of just regular cobblestone blocks, just to give me a nice smooth surface to work with. And then a 2x2 channel all the way down to bedrock, which works perfectly for what I want it to do, because that means the zombies will not stop and try and dig their way down. They will just jump willy-nilly straight into the hole without any second thoughts. And then on the little outskirts here, you need to get your 1/8 block, you go on face, and you put one in every corner but the block below. So it's a 2-block deep design. So in every corner like this, just like that. So as always, that will trick the zombies into thinking that that is a solid block, and they will jump down there easy as you like. But you do need to have on top of that your wedge tips, because otherwise they will sometimes they get stuck on the 1/8 blocks themselves, and they'll stop there and they start beating on shit, and they will break the system if they get stuck there. So that is how you build the zombie slot. And then every single time they will run up there. I've tested it a couple times now, and it's very, very rare that zombies will stop at at the top other than the spider zombies. Sometimes they get a little bit stuck, but they'll make their way down eventually. So through the slot they go, all the way down to bedrock, and then you can build yourself whatever you like down there. I'm going to build the floating base on those sheets that I quite like, because then I'll have a little bit of time, a little bit of patience to kind of take care of them as you want. You could build yourself a killing corridor all the way down here if you really wanted to. But that is like what I think is going to be the best way to do it. I'm going to build quickly that floating sheet base and make sure that it does actually work. But thank God, I finally figured out how to get them to drop down to bedrock without doing any sort of damage. Thank Christ. That has worked so well. The zombie slot upstairs is... Oh, no, don't do it. Okay, they're taking some damage falling down. The zombie slot is sending zombies to their death at the bottom of the world, and I love it. And now they can just spend the rest of their lives beating each other up. I've got a first row... There's another one. I've got a first row seat to a zombie fight at bedrock, and it is going amazingly. I'm going to turn off your AI just so you can all like stare into each other's eyes for eternity. You can be my little playthings. You can just stop. Just for 5 seconds, just stop and admire the zombie slot working as it was supposed to. That's so good. Oh, thank God. I was worried that I wasn't going to be able to do anything, but I got it to work in the end, and it's working perfectly. So now, you guys can just chill out, you can hang out, admire my handiwork, and I am going to go have a nice little nap. I've got my base over here, got a bed, and all the creature comforts. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I mean, you don't have to build this exact design. You don't have to build the floating base down here. That's just what I decided to build because I felt like it. But you do have to build something. You can't avoid Horde Knight entirely. Not with Alpha 17, with them digging and stuff. You are going to have to fight one way or another. This is just the way that I decided to do it. I wouldn't do something like this for late game, really only for early game kind of stuff with small manageable hordes. But yeah, you could build a killing corridor down here, or like a spike trap, or anything you want to do, anything you want to build, but you have to build something. But the bonus of building a bedrock is that you don't have to deal with screamer hordes or wandering hordes or any of that kind of crap. You only have to deal with blood moon hordes when they decide to show up. In fact, what you could even do, and what I might do now actually, is just upstairs like this, just put on a couple of these bad boys, just like that, so that you can totally block it off if you don't want, because you don't want to risk, you know, a couple of zombies falling down when you least suspect it or whatever. So put a couple of trapdoors up there, and then open them up when you want, when Horde Knight's coming. You do have to do a little bit of preparation, but that should work like an absolute charm. So that is the zombie slot. That is how you build a, like, sustainable base at bedrock. But I'm gonna have to leave that episode here. I will come back and I will build some more cool bases in 7 Days to Die in another episode, because this episode is done. So thank you guys for watching. Most of all, thank you to the patrons of Patreon who made this episode possible. If you like to smash the like button down below, or subscribe to this channel. Follow me on Twitter. If I don't talk to you there first, I'll see you in the next episode. Have a good one.